you were born to be. There's many great people in here already on the line that I know that are doing great things. But there's things that we can do, and we can learn from each other and learn different uh, philosophies and mindsets to kind of help us go to the next level, right? So, this, as I said before, starts from a little bit of my journey, and a lot of journey from people here on the line as well. So, where I found myself, for those know the story, maybe a little bit of the back end of the story is that in 2005, prior to 2005, I had entrepreneurial tendencies, right? There were things I wanted to accomplish in my life, but what was happening was every single year, the next year would come, and I wouldn't achieve it. And the next year, and I wouldn't achieve it. And I was spinning my wheels, and I couldn't figure out. I have the ambition, I have the excitement, but for some reason, I can't get to the next level of where I want to be. So it wasn't until 2005 that I was introduced to mentors and coaches and people that were having more success than me, that's when my life started to change, because I basically was like, hey, whatever you're doing, I'm going to do the same thing. So one of the first things my mentor told me was, read this book. And I was like, books? I don't like books. Like, I did not like books. The only books I read, I was weird. I read like Shakespeare and all these other type of books. But I wasn't into books like Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. These were books that I just was not privy to. And when I started to read books, I just realized that, these things changed my life, because I wasn't very upset, because I realized that there were things in there that I spent my entire life. I went to high school. I went to some kind of college for a little bit, and nobody taught me these things that I need to learn to be successful. And I was just wondering to myself, why wasn't this available to us? So when I began on a path of personal development, that's where I started to get traction, and I started to see my life start to increase, right? So fast forward, I probably over the past from 2005 to 2010 is where I cut my teeth and I did the most learning. I used to just listen to a lot of Jim Rohn. Some of you guys may know who that is. If you don't know who it is, I can send you some stuff. Brian Tracy, once again, all just amazing books that I've read. And as I said before, these books changed my life. So that's what the mindset is everything is about, is that, what I found is that a lot of times people, there's different types of people, right? And sometimes you see one person and they start something and they go like this. They see another person, they start and they kind of go like this, right? And another person may go like that. And then you're thinking to yourself like, well, what's the difference between, myself and that person? And the difference is that they kind of did a mental workout before they started, right? So their mind maybe is a little bit more fit, and it's not an intelligence thing. It's just more of like awareness and perspective, right? And it's a lot about your mindset and your beliefs. So that's what the whole purpose of this training is basically to help us break some beliefs, get a different perspective. That's going to help you take it to the next level. So talking about in regards to each training, each month's going to have a theme. So this month is, hold on, I wrote it down. So this month is setting yourself up for greatness, right? We have 2021 that's coming. So I know a lot of people are thinking to themselves like, new year, new me. Things are still going on. Things may still keep going on into January. But just know that regardless of what happens, you determine what the outcome is. Yes, there's always external things around us, right? So there's always going to be things happening, right? Either right now we're experiencing a world thing, but depends. If you live in New York City, there's New York City things affecting your life. If you live in Minnesota, there's Minnesota things affecting your life, right? So what we're going to learn is that although you may have these things going on around you, you can set yourself up for greatness by once again in regards to doing with trainings and goals and writing things down. You can help yourself maintain when things are going on those lines. So with the month being setting up for greatness, what we're going to cover is just to kind of give you an outline for the month. So today we're going to talk about dreams and vision statements, one of the most foundational things for what you're looking to accomplish. Next week, we're going to talk about sustainable motivation, right? How do you get, have you ever been excited about something, but then a week later you're like, okay, I'm not that excited anymore, right? We're gonna basically talk about how do you get sustainable motivation, where you're focused on something and you keep going on something. You may waver, but you don't lose that focus, right? Then we're going to talk about goal planning and talk about the bird system, which some of you guys may know about. It's amazing systems that dramatically helped me in what I'm doing. And then last but not least is we're going to talk about your thoughts, how thoughts are things, and your perspective is basically your perspective is what helps you get through things, right? Awareness creates change, as we say. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're actually going to go through the process preparing you to set your goals for 2021, and that's the purpose of this month. The exciting thing is that every month there's going to be a theme, and next month I have 2 guest speakers. I won't say who they are yet. But there's going to be 2 guest speakers that will be here on the line sharing with you things that have happened in their life and what's basically how mindset and philosophy has helped and shaped their lives and changed their lives. So that's what's coming up in January. So super excited about that, guys. So with that said, I think I kind of covered the initial things I wanted to talk about. So yeah, so now let's chat about, So now let's chat about the achievement system we did talk about. And for those of you that are not familiar with it, I know Susan is, and of course Eric and Nora as well. There is actually called the Achievement System, is by a gentleman known as David Bird. Gentleman is absolutely amazing. I met him back in 2008, and this gentleman actually has helped us. Helped me a lot. I mean, when I was first introduced to a system, literally within the first year of doing a system, I actually I doubled everything I did, right? And then when I started working with him personally, I started tripling everything I did. I was blown away. In 2019, I was blown away by the goals that I achieved doing the Bird system. So you guys will learn more about the David Bird system as well as we progress through this as well. So if you got a pen and paper handy, definitely grab it. This is where we're going to kind of get into the meat and potatoes of it. And the first thing we're going to chat about is we're going to talk about we talk about dreams, right? So everybody here on the line has a dream, right? As when we were kids, we dreamed about many things, right? Everything from being on the moon to being an astronaut, to being a fireman, all those other things. Some of you achieved it. Some of you are firemen now. Congratulations, right? But so unfortunately, as we start to get older, right? First we have dreams. Then the next thing from there, we start to actually go to school. Then we start hearing no, right? And I forgot the exact number, but they say that by the age of 5, it's like, or something like that. And of course, don't quote me on this number, but by the age of like 5, 10, etc., we've heard no like tens of thousands of times, right? So what does this do? This kind of like subconsciously tells us that maybe I need to stop asking for things. Maybe I need to stop dreaming because I keep getting no's. I keep getting no's. So we have to tell ourselves yes more. And that's what dreams are. Our dreams and the dreams that we pursue, that's our yeses, right? So the first step in the achievement system and the first step in your goals is to write down a dream list, right? So you want to write down things that you would want to do. This is not based in reality, okay? And I don't want to say this in the aspect of you might say, well, in that case, my dream is just to like own a car. Like that's more like a goal in a sense. I want to talk about things that you would be super exciting, right? I think that I have my pardon me, I'm gonna actually grab my book. I think I have my dreams over here. Hold on, you guys. So I'm going to share with you some dreams that I actually have in my achievement planner, right? That basically, some of them I potentially actually may have hit, but I can just share with you some stuff that I have as dreams, okay? And one thing I'll share with you in regards to dreams is that keep your dreams to yourself, even though I am sharing it with you. But there is a thing about dreams, and it's things about energy of dreams. And you want to share them with people that are openly enthusiastic about your dreams, right? That's a whole other thing we could talk about, but you definitely want to keep it close to the chest, as they say. But just make a master dream list. Share with your close friends. Share with your family, right? So let's see. Actually, there's some of these things I'm actually very close to achieving. So let me see what I want to say. Okay, so I have, um, actually, I'm very, it's crazy. I'm going through some of my dreams, and I'm actually very close to this. This is crazy. So I have here, live remotely with an amazing apartment in New York City. I'm kind of close to that. Um, I have an income dream here. I have a dream to create a free entrepreneur school. That's actually one of my dreams. Another part of my dream is to be in Forbes magazine. Um, so these are just things that you just what it does is that it opens it starts the dream machine, right? We all have a dream machine, and some of it's been shut down or been slowed down, right? But this starts the wheels again. This starts it because it gets you, inspires you to think and say, you know what, like, yeah, if I could do this, then I would love that for that to happen. And that's where you feel that inspiration, and that's what's going to help you do the little steps that you need to do to achieve your dreams. So once again, the first step is make a dream list, make it as big as possible. That's going to be your homework for today. Just take out a piece of paper before you go to sleep right now and write down your dreams. It could say, it could be where you want to live. It could be who's your soulmate. It could be anything like that, right? Just sit down there and start the dream. So that's the first thing. The next part is the vision statement, okay? And a vision statement is extremely important, right? Dream starts the machine, and it inspires you, right? You should, when you write down your dreams, you have like your heartstrings should be pulled, right? You should feel that your dreams are what make you wake up early in the morning and go to sleep at night, because because it's something that you're basically striving for, right? But going back to with your vision statement, this is your life 5 years from now, right? So what you need to do is you're basically going to write a day in your life 5 years from now, right? So the way that it's going to start, give an example. I have my vision statement here. It's a little personal, so I'm not going to give you too much of details of it, but I'll give you the beginning of it, right? So I wrote this in July. I wrote this in 2020 because I think it's very important, especially in this year and the things that we're all going through. It's important to have some kind of vision, right? So to have something that keeps you, that kind of helps you go through what's happening. So, I just wrote here, it's July 25th, 2025. I wake up to the sounds of crashing waves at the outside of my apartment, and I state where I am, et cetera, right? So I go through it. I talk about who I'm with. I talk about what happens during the day, how the day ends, the feelings, the emotions. So when you're writing a vision statement, you want to write it in present tense, right? So what that basically means is that you're writing as if it's happening right now. It's December 8th, 2025. Where are you? Where do you wake up to? Who are you with? Your kids, they're 5 years older. What are they doing? What are they talking about, right? When you're writing your vision statement, you should have a very strong emotional feeling when you're writing these vision statements. It may be tears of joy. It may be inspiration. But if you don't feel that, I'm telling you right now, it's not. You need to dream more, right? Some people just say, it's December 8th, 2025. I wake up in my same house. I go cook breakfast. I'm making a little bit more money, right? So is that exciting? It's not exciting, right? Write something that it's exciting. Just trust me on this. The reason being is because when we talk about next week, I believe next week we're talking about sustainable energy, right? Sustainable motivation. This is part of it. So your vision statement could be a page or more. And this is something that you want to read to yourself often, right? So there's, for those of you that maybe follow the Bible, right? There's a verse that says, where there's no vision, the people perish. And it's very important that if you want to build a business, build a team, if you want to lead yourself, it's important to have vision so that you know where you're going and you're inspired, right? Sometimes people may ask me, like, Richard, why are you so excited right now? It's like, because I know where I'm going, right? Sometimes people don't know where they're going. They're just kind of going through life. They're trudging through life and just hoping that things go a certain direction. So once again, write your vision statement, write it out. Once again, it's gonna be a five years in advance. Let me just kind of share with you the reason why this is so important, because there's been times where I felt like I was kind of plateauing in life. And you're gonna find yourself where you're plateauing, and that's where you need to write. If you feel that at any point you're at a plateau, it means you're not dreaming. It means that you might have achieved your dreams, or what your dreams were before. It means that you might be almost at your vision statement. And I remember when I was talking to my coach, and he asked me, "So Richard, where's your vision statement?" I was like, "Oh, I got it right here." I started going through my notebook, etc. And then I was like, wow, where is it? I don't have it. And I realized, okay, that's what's going on. That's why I feel this way. I had a vision statement maybe a year ago, but I basically kind of lost track of what it was. So definitely write. I always suggest writing a vision statement towards the end of the year, at the beginning of the year. Write your vision statement. And I personally read my vision statement to myself every Saturday. So depending on what day of the week, it may be Sunday night, it may be Saturday. But it helps me begin my week because I read my vision statement. It inspires me. I'm like, yes, I can't wait to achieve this. And I feel the energy that I go out there and do it. So I think that's pretty much it as far as the vision statement. That's gonna set us up for the actual goal planning. When we talk about setting up your annual goals and doing actual goal planning, vision statements is part of that. The actual step process is dreams, vision statements, annual planning, monthly planning, and then your daily simple steps. Those actual things for goals. So with that said,